Good morning, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine. Time to wake up.
I mean, absolutely beautiful outside on this Wednesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. Good morning, I'm Jamie Cooper. Thank y'all for getting up with us. This is Athens in the AM. Joining me this morning on our second day back from a week off. Tom McAlister finally decided to get up on time. Daryl, our golf pro Heavey in here. And Seth going to tell us all to stay healthy and what not we should do to... Well, if it wasn't for sugar, Seth, y'all would be out of a job anyway. So, you know, that's the way it goes. What are you going to talk about today, Seth?
Life Synergy, new formula that we've made, but we'll get into that later.
Okay, so we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Frank is over on the phone. We'll get with Seth. And don't forget, every Wednesday down at Herbs and More, right there across from Clem Tire, all you got to do is go in and mention something on the program. You receive 10% off. And I guess they had a big sale this Monday, so it was first Monday of the month or something like that. 30% off all the products in there then. That's a good-looking crew right there. We'll talk with them in just a moment. I got a lot of things on my mind. I'm going to tell y'all something in just a moment. And when I get over and get seated after Gloria does the weather for you. I've applied for a job. I'm going to tell you about it. And yeah, that's right, Seth. I've applied for a job. I'm going to tell y'all in a moment why I deserve this position.
Oh, brother.
Huh? I don't think they're going to do a background check or nothing, but I asked a guy yesterday who has it right now, was there any openings for it? But we'll talk about that momentarily. Let's get it cranking on a Wednesday morning edition of Cooper & Company Live. This morning, if you need us, you can call Frank or text Gloria 603-4848. Johnny Lee Dees, our pastor, should be with us later on this morning, too, from Cross Point Church. We'll talk about some great things he had to say this past Sunday. Well, let's get it cranking right now. It's a beautiful day. This morning, when I went outside to get the papers and take a whiz in the yard, the moon, well, it was as bright as could be outside this morning. I could have been spotted if somebody had been up, but what's the weather?
You don't have to say everything, but yes, it is going to be an absolutely beautiful day today. 62 degrees. You have ruined this dog in here. And it's going to be sunshine. We're going to see some sunshine today, too. High temperatures around 83 with, of course, your low. Big Head Jamie move, 58, and tomorrow your temperature's 84. We just may as well say ditto for several days. No rain to worry about, absolutely no chance of rain today, and actually for several days on out, so just enjoy.
Seth, I have this big cup in here. We're going to talk about this later on this morning.
What's in that?
Well, nothing's in it right now. It's just the thing. It's got 32 ounces on it. You know, in New York, they ban drinks like this.
Yes, they have.
But it said only sodas. It said it doesn't apply to juices, which have just as much sugar. And we'll talk about that later. I don't want to get you riled up right now. You brought a special guest in here with you this morning. We'll be talking to her later on this morning.
Yes, Lois, she does the body wraps at Herbs and More, which we'll talk about, and I'll let her tell you all about how they work. And
we'll do all that coming up here in just a little bit. Daryl, how are you?
I'm wonderful. How about you?
How's golfing going these days?
It's very busy.
Tom?
Good.
Good to have you back in action. There's a big article this morning in the USA Today talking about how many people are going to be renting houses. We'll talk more about that in just a little bit.
Yes.
But let me start first off on this Wednesday. More talking about me.
Of course.
Your hair looks good, by the way.
Thanks for noticing. Yesterday, I'm visiting my favorite store right as soon as they opened at Bridge Street at 10 o'clock.
I love that place.
I actually jerked on the door. They hadn't even unlocked it yet. They said, there's that dude from Athens. He's in here to buy up some new stuff this morning. So while we're in there, Gloria had to return a bathing suit or something. We're all, you know, it's 10 after 10 by the time, you know, we get around and I buy a sack full of stuff. Well, I noticed there's this, don't show his picture yet. I got to set this up, Brad. I noticed there's this young man in there working, and he's not saying a word. Have you ever been in Victoria's Secret? You know what I'm talking about?
It's odd to see a man.
Any of y'all ever been in Victoria's Secret?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah. The one I don't like about Bridge Street, though, they don't have no mannequins in there. All the good-looking mannequins are at Parkway City.
Oh.
Or what they call
So I guess you want to start.
So anyway, I'm noticing this guy. He's in there working. Finally, I couldn't stand it no more. He's putting all the lotions up and straightening everything. I said, y'all got any openings? Man. What's it take to do your job?
He said, it's mind-boggling.
Yeah, yes, mind-boggling. I said, are you instructed just to look ahead right here? Can you build your head? You be on a swivel, you know, look around all the women that come in here. And his name just happened to be Victor. Victor, here's a picture of him. So I said, look, you know if I get my picture made with you? So there's me and Victor right there. Now, Victor was in there. He said, I said, you got a girlfriend? Well, yeah, I didn't know.
Does she get jealous that you
jealous
work
that
here?
you work in here? He said, oh, no, she gets a discount. I'm saying, well, hey, no wonder I need to be working in here. So I'm wondering, and I didn't have the guts to ask him this because I didn't want to embarrass the other ladies that were standing there because everybody's looking, what's this fool doing here? I'm thinking, Victor, when it says one size fits all,
Easy.
I know there's a lot of women that come in here that's a stretch.
Jamie.
I mean, a stretch.
Thank
You ever thought
goodness
about
you did
that?
not
How
ask
does
him
one
that.
size that's going to fit you going to fit a couple of them women I saw in there?
Hush.
Huh? That's a big. They're going to need more than one body wrap. I mean, to get in one of them outfits. You talk about that. So I have officially applied. Now, I don't know if it was an age limit, a background check, or what, but I'm getting an
They would never
application.
hire you
Why?
because you would drive them all nuts.
Well, I got to say a shout out to my man Victor this morning down at
Bridge Street.
my favorite place to shop.
So I'd have a more reason to come visit you.
Yeah, just come in and talk. Yeah.
Wow.
I've never had more fun shopping in my life than I do at Victoria's Secret.
I like shopping better when we get home. You know, and you get to try everything on, make sure it fits. Sometimes that stuff fits me a little tight.
I bet that's pretty.
Yeah, sometimes that stuff's a little tight. I want to get me one of them body wraps. Think
Now
this-
the people eating breakfast just lost their appetite.
Well, hey, if you ain't been, we're thinking about opening. I've got so much invested in Victoria's Secret these days.
You do.
Let me change subject, move on. I was
Please.
shocked. Alabama girls won last night.
Oh,
Had
yeah.
them 8-1 tonight for all the marbles against the Oklahoma Sooners. Tide keeps title hopes alive. They had them actually 8-1. Came back and won it, I think, 8-6. But it was Ricketts,
Good
the
for
girl
them.
pitched for them, 3.5 innings. Season worst, 6 runs, and setting a World Series record by hitting 5 batters. Alabama players crowded the plate to limit the lefty pitch selection because she struck out 11 of them the night before.
She was
so
tough.
Alabama, did you watch a lot
I
of it?
did, and I watched all of it.
What time is it finally over?
I don't know.
Now, will this Triana
it
girl
was
pitch for us
by
again?
10.
Will she pitch again tonight?
I think, well, I don't know.
She's won like 40 games. She
I don't
must have pitched
yeah.
about every one of them.
She was tough also.
All right, other big news this morning. Governor Walker won the recall by a huge amount in Wisconsin. Front page USA Today, Republican Scott Walker survived a bitterly contested recall by defeating the Democratic mayor of Milwaukee. They said the reason President Obama would not go campaign for him was, the Democrat, that if he got beat, it would look bad on him. No kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Ain't a whole lot looks
Bill
good
Clinton
on it.
did campaign for him, and Chris Christie of New Jersey and Bobby Jindal of Louisiana did appear with Walker. No Republican presidential candidate has won Wisconsin since Ronald Reagan did in 1984. So there you
Time
go.
for everything.
And Tom, this morning, front page USA Today talking about the new American dream is renting an apartment or a home.
Right.
No
Now you
longer
manage
buying.
a lot of rentals here in Limestone County.
Just picked up 3 this week.
So do you see this becoming a big thing here too?
I have.
The reason is, said a lot of people are losing their homes. Most of the people that lost homes, 70% of them said we'll buy another house eventually, but their credit would be bad, wouldn't it?
Right.
There used to be in the
Some of
credit
them, yeah.
business.
Yep.
Probably take about
It says right here, it says in the next 5 to 10 years, you'll see tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars through private equity pouring into single-family rental business.
I thought the reason you rent it's because he has to fix everything.
We do.
A little cheaper.
But it says rentals right now are picking up. All the new tenants are a family, 2 kids, a dog, and a fish bowl.
You used to have a
Fish
fish.
bowl.
I used to have a fish and you killed it. Any of y'all smoke? Any of y'all got a Zippo on you?
No, don't smoke. Never
Zippo
have.
Manufacturing will produced its 500th millionth lighter yesterday. The brass case plated with brushed chrome was stamped with the time it was finished at 10:51 a.m. 500 million lighters. Hey, Seth,
lot of
do y'all
lighters.
sell bath salt?
Not the kind you smoke.
I mean, it's still legal to buy that stuff.
Yeah, it is. But we sell like Epsom salt, but I don't.
Can you get high on it?
Not to my knowledge.
Yeah, you can get well from it.
Nobody's tried it yet.
Adam Smith,
Someone
y'all know,
will.
that covered my political campaign extensively here in Limestone County. News Courier, hush. Apocalypse is upon us. Zombie apocalypse, what he's talking about. He's talking about that man that ate that guy's face off, and then they killed him. So
I
this
didn't wanna
attack
show
went
you
on for
pictures.
18 minutes. The guy was eating bath salts. Says they are reportedly being sold, says, as a cocaine substitute. Can lead to paranoia, hallucinations, convulsions, and psychotic episodes. Huh, you think? Says this is worse than meth.
Why
This
even
epidemic
try
combined with
it?
stuff like this.
That is just insane.
It's probably just poison them to make them go crazy.
Just get the liquid Drano out and drink it.
It says, avoid anyone who walks dragging one leg behind them and has arms outstretched at us asking for a hug. The
Who
zombie
was that teacher
apocalypse.
that was on the show with us that wrote a book about zombies? She was afraid
but
of
I mean-
them.
I
And
wonder
we were
who
thinking,
figures this out. Who goes around eating stuff like that going, oh man, that's good?
let's try this.
But yeah, man, you can buy bath salts anywhere, can't you?
I suppose. I hadn't
not
looked
anymore.
today.
Yeah, we talking about the stuff you sprinkle in a bath and give you a bubble bath or something like I like to take.
Not a
Not a
bubble bath.
but what?
Just makes the water smell
Before you
good.
put your Victoria's
Like water
Secrets on.
While I'm demonstrating my stuff. Hey, great picture in the paper this morning. Once a week, Decatur Daily does Behind the Lens at Geronimo Nisa. Here's my old Michael Jackson look-alike. We interviewed him right next door at Jiffy one day.
That's right.
Michael Jackson impersonator Stanley Matthews singing and dancing along 6th Avenue. I guess old Stanley's still doing it. He puts on quite a performance, ain't no doubt about it. He's got a little thing out there you can drop some money in
Yeah.
to give him a thing there. All right, let me move on to a Dear Jamie this morning. I'll get y'all's opinion on this
boy.
out of the News Courier. Then I'll move on. My brother-in-law and his wife are strange people.
Oh, Lord.
Like
I
some of
can
my
relate.
neighbors. Tom and Alice live beyond their means, Frank. We've given them more than $10,000 and they've never paid back a dime. But that ain't the worstest part. Alice says she's in love with my husband, Dean. She giggles and flirts with him and used to send him scantily clad pictures of herself. How's this going, Frank?
Not too good.
I trust him, my husband. He would leave her on the phone speaker when I could hear everything she said. She doesn't work and aspires to be on a reality show for rich wives. Well, when she got pregnant 4 years ago, she told me she wanted my husband Dean in the delivery room with her, Seth. Then she said, it's his baby.
Well, that would have explained him being in the delivery room.
However, Dean had a vasectomy years ago, and we were out of the country when she conceived. His father, stepmother, and sisters, however, believe her. We received a petition for child support.
She would do good on a reality show.
My brother-in-law just shrugs off her behavior, saying she has inadequate boundaries. He knows the child isn't my husband, but says a little extra cash couldn't hurt.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's what I call a leech.
Dysfunctional family.
My husband is worried if we take legal action against Alice, his mother will suffer.
So,
You mean to tell me your brother-in-law's wife is saying that that's your baby,
Although
and
you
wants you
have
to
a-
pay child support, and the husband, knowing it's not,
His.
knowing it's his baby, but wants the brother-in-law to pay child support for a little extra cash would be helpful.
Oh,
well, if those people part from their money because of that, they don't deserve their money to begin with.
It
Just
does say
saying.
Tom and Alice.
Of course, now y'all heard yesterday's big story, didn't you? Y'all up to snuff on my story yesterday with the guy from
What?
Decatur had a toothache.
What did he
You
do?
didn't hear that?
No.
He was drinking, 61 years old, over the weekend.
You should have numbed his tooth.
Throw it up there, Brad, if you can find it. Anyway, he's got a toothache. I'll y'all watched yesterday. This is a rerun. So he said, my tooth's killing me. They've been drinking all day. He goes in the room. Brother hears a pop. Took a pistol.
Oh.
Shot out his toothache. How'd that go, Frank?
Not too good.
Not too good either.
No.
Idiot. Yeah.
Yeah. All good stories start with they were drinking.
Yeah. Or there was some alcohol involved.
I hope he drank some more after that.
He probably had
eat it.
better
Put it
stuff to go
outside.
then. Hey, like I said on this Wednesday morning district company, we're going to talk with Seth in just a moment too. He's got a special guest in here talking about how you can lose a couple of inches, I guess, of get wrapped up by that young lady right there. Herbs and more. Don't forget on Wednesdays 10% off. Mention anything about me you want. Mention me working at Victoria's Secret. Now, would you not be jealous if I went to work over there?
No. No.
She's confident enough she doesn't have to be jealous.
You know how many women would be hitting on me?
I don't care. How about that discount?
Yeah.
yeah, the discount's more important than it.
I could use it. All right, you're watching Cooper Company Live on a Wednesday morning edition here in Athens, Alabama. We'll take a break, come back, do a little. We're going to talk about this 32 ounce. I borrowed this from Tony at Jiffy in just a little
I don't
bit,
think
too.
he wants it back.
Seth's going to fill us in on all that. And we'll have good
Great.
sugar is for you. Right now, though, we'll take a break. Be right back. Y'all hang on.